What does it mean to put yourself in danger, to save someone you do not? This is called being human. It is the thread that runs not red with blood, but gold with kinship, understood, not in the mind, but in the bone. A whispered truth you've always known. It is the sprint into the flame, when all you know is one frail name. It is the leap into the churning tide, with no reward, no source of pride. Just the simple, stark command to offer up a steady hand. It is the shield raised for a stranger's sake, a choice you make for compassion's sake, not for a friend, nor kith nor kin, but for the light that burns within the breast of anyone who breathes. A sacred trust the heart believes. It is the debt we never signed to all of humankind, the recognition, deep and true, that I is meaningless without you. A selfish gene is cast aside when empathy becomes the guide. So let the cynic scoff and scorn. This is the spirit being born again each time a soul will dare to show another that they care enough to risk their own sweet peace, so someone else's fear may cease. This is the contract, unsigned, unseen, the fabric of the in-between. To stand and say, with will unbent, your life is also precedent, and in that risk, that sacred cost, our shared humanity is not lost, but tossed, like a brilliant, burning seed, the one and only creed we'll ever need. And if that seed should find the ground, where bitter hatreds once were found, it grows a forest, tall and deep, where promises of safety keep. A vigil for the lost and lone, a place to call, at last, a home. For from that single, reckless act, a truth expands, a simple fact, that courage is a contagious fire. It answers every silent siren's cry for lifting others from the mire. It builds a bridge, a towering spire, of hope, that from the selfless few, a million quieter kindnesses accrue. The nurse who holds a stranger's hand, the farmer sharing out his land, the voice that speaks for those unheard, the shelter given with no word. These are the branches, wide and long, that rise from where the first was strong. This is the calling, not the law, that greets the darkness with raw, and does not flinch, but stands its post. For what we value, love, and trust most, not glory, wealth, or fleeting fame, but the echo of a single, shared name. Human, the only one we need, bound by this selfless, timeless deed. So let the story be retold, in actions humble, brave, and bold. To be human is to understand the world is built by our own hand, and in the giving, we receive the very air that lets us breathe. And that air is a chorus, a collective breath, a defiance whispered in the face of death. For every time we choose to bear the weight, we reshape the world and alter fate. We carve a path where love is the design, and pour a universal, healing brine on wounds of indifference, deep and old. A story of connection, bravely told. It is the parent in a bombed-out street, sharing their last morsel of bread to eat with a child,